This is the Insta360 Mic Pro. It is brand freaking new. So watch this. Boom. I press the power button. Instantly it starts recording. Maybe it felt a little delayed. I did end up purchasing this from B&H. They did not send it to me, but if they do, love that. I'm going to share all the features. How does the audio quality sound? We're going to do a ton of testing. Compare it to the DJI Mic 3, which I have somewhere here. Testing out the timecode features, showing you what it actually looks like, and the quadraphonic or whatever it is where you can attach two microphones to 4 separate cameras and get the same audio on 4 cameras. I think these features are insane. So we're gonna dive deep into all this stuff. I'm gonna show you how it all actually works. Let's get into it. Yes, we got these e-ink displays where you can change it, logos, colors, paint, or just make it all black. I could care less about this stuff. I don't think it's that important. Is the audio quality good? And do the features support what I need? That's all I care about. Now, one of the newest features is that it has a 3 mic array system. So no small mic like this has 3 microphones. There's a main mic right here, and then there's a mic on the side here. So you can do directional audio. You can use this as a lav mic where you pin it and get just the voice coming out this side. You can change the direction. Most lav mics are omnidirectional. Maybe you want to put this on top of your camera and you can use it as like a mini shotgun mic. They even support that. You have super directional, you have cardioid, which is a little bit wider, you have omnidirectional, and you have figure 8, which is the front and the back. We ran some tests compared to the Sony ECM B1 microphone, which is like the digital hot shoe microphone that goes on here. It obviously protrudes a lot more, but let's see how the audio sounds. All right, testing Insta360 Mic Pro, using it as a shotgun mic. Okay, now this is the Sony hot shoe mic. It is the ECM B1, I think the smaller version. This is the omnidirectional mode, which means that if I turn the camera this way, the audio is gonna sound the same. If I now turn the camera also this way, the audio is still gonna sound the same. If I turn it full 160 degrees, it's the same distance, it's all gonna sound the same. So now we're gonna change the pickup modes and you can see what the differences are between them. Why won't the FX3 focus on me anymore so well? And this is the cardioid mode, so that if I turn the camera to the right, the audio is going to sound the same no matter what. It's at the same distance. I point it away from me, same distance. If I turn it, this is kind of like a good point and shoot microphone. Maybe you're vlogging, you want to get this audio. This is what it's going to sound like. Now this is voice super directional, so it's actually super directional to my voice. It's like if I'm hand holding this right in front of me and I don't want it to pick up audio around me, because if I turn pick up as well. If I turn it to the left, it'll start to pick up the audio on this as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. If I turn it full 360 degrees, because you really just want the audio when you're facing it to yourself, and you want to minimize the external noises as much as possible. Now we are in voice isolation mode, so it's only going to pick up like this sliver, maybe this part. So as soon as I start to turn the camera to the right a little bit, you might start to lose some of the audio as I keep turning it even more. You might lose more of the audio when it's facing totally away from you, losing a lot. To the left and then now back, slowly coming back into the center. The audio is going to get much better when you're facing directly at me, just to minimize all the external sounds. All right, this is omnidirectional mode. If I'm walking up to the camera, how does it sound? And then as soon as I start to walk away from the camera, obviously it's kind of like a shotgun mic, so it's going to be hard to hear me as I get farther. The audio should sound much better even if I'm facing over to the right hand side. So that's kind of the omnidirectional mode on this microphone. Super directional, this is the super directional. It's gonna be super cut in this specific segment right here. So now if I start to walk over to the side, the audio is not gonna be as good. And then if I walk back to the center, it should sound much better. But if I start to walk away, you should still be able to get my audio all the way back here. And I'm pretty quite far away. It is a shotgun mic, so it won't be as good. And now this is Super 8 mode, So this is Super 8 mode facing at me. It's picking up the audio levels which are directly in front and then directly behind. So if I turn the camera to the right, the audio is going to be really poor. But then when I turn the camera fully away from me, it's going to be good again. So then this is kind of the audio. It should sound normal. And as soon as I flip it back to me, it should also be really good. But it's only the sides. It's not picking up stuff. Like if you're doing an interview with somebody, or like you're talking and you want to show something, and you just want the audio back and forth, like, oh, check this out. This is my watch, blah, blah, blah. The audio is going to sound just as good as I turn it back to me, because some of the Rode mics that people use to vlog with, you're not going to get that audio when you flip the camera to show the viewer something like your watch. So that's where this use case would come in. And how does it compare to the other one? I think the Sony does sound a little bit better. I'd probably pick that. But from I want to carry less microphones and just use this as my lav mic and my shotgun mic, could be a good alternative. Next is the AI noise cancellation. Just like the DJI mics, we have a weak and then we have a strong noise cancellation. I decided to compare this with the DJI Mic 3, so let me know which one you think is your favorite noise cancellation mic. I guess the big question now is there a microphone that you prefer over the other? I'm wearing both of these at my chest using this Insta360 necklace. I love these things because I can hide the microphone inside my shirt. I don't have to wear anything. The only downside is if you're running, this thing can kind of move around a little bit, or if you lean forward, it might hang and sag. So it's not perfect. but it's a solution if you're staying pretty stationary and you want to hide the microphone. Both of these are on standard. The Insta360 Mic Pro is on omnidirectional. The Mic 3, there's no noise cancellation, standard settings, 32-bit flow, lossless audio on the Mic 3, the settings that we use. And then I'm going to go through the different audio profiles to see, is there a difference between their rich, strong, noise cancellation, and is there one that you prefer? So comment below. There are links for both these microphones down below. If you click those links, it helps support the channel. Let's cut into the mic profiles. And now this is weak on the Insta360 Mic Air and basic cancellation on the DJI Mic 3. Do they sound any different, better with the air conditioning running in the background? I'm facing the air conditioning right now. Now this is strong noise cancellation. I'm facing the air conditioning. Strong noise cancellation on both the Insta360 Mic Air Pro and the DJI Mic 3. There's so many names, I'm really getting confused, but this is strong noise cancellation. I think most people do not like strong, but if you need fast production turnaround times, like at a conference or event, you just want good audio, or you're using this for like whisper flow to talk in your mic, this is it.
This is me. 5 guys, my fingers are all messed up.
So now like the microphone's here, right here, but he's talking over there. So now Cole is washing his hands behind me in the sink. Obviously the sink's behind me, so you're less likely to hear that because my body's blocking that. But I wonder if we can hear him running the water at all. And the AC running with strong on. And this is now with no noise cancellation with the sink running and the air conditioning running. Next, they talk about Insta360 seamless connection. That means 360 cameras. The Ace Pro 2 action camera. The Go Ultra with a little pod. All these integrate with this microphone, which we haven't really had a deep integration, especially for 360 cameras. If you want to use a microphone and you have to plug something in, it protrudes, it shows in the shot. I want to see how does the audio sound, and I was a bit surprised. Insta360 X5 into the Insta360 Mic Pro. This is a direct connection from here to there. There's no receiver. I know you can also plug in like a DJI mic via Bluetooth to the X5, but the audio just sounds so awful. Like I just would never do a Bluetooth connection to iPhone, whatever. Always use a Insta360 X5 with the USB-C receiver on the Insta360 Mic Pro. Plugged in and receiving here. This will probably get you the best audio quality, but now, especially on a 360 camera, it's protruding. I'm guessing you might be able to see it sticking out. This thing is just ugly. It's just not easy to slide in and out of your pocket, move around, slide in and out of bags, and if something happens when you're doing action sports. Now this is the Mic Air directly to X5, and I'm curious if this is gonna be worse. And I can stop the recording by just pressing this button. Insta360 Ace Pro 2 to the Insta360 Mic Pro. Now I just have some issues trying to connect this. I guess you have to press the power button 3 times on the microphone to then put in a pairing mode and connect. It's a bit more frustrating than if you just plug in the receiver, but once it's connected, it's easy. I can see the audio levels up here. I can change the settings. So this is on standard. 32-bit float recording is on here, but I'm not recording right now. Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with the USB-C receiver on the Insta360 Mic Pro. This thing is massive. It like barely fit into the USB-C port. I know that you can slide off that back port and plug in with a cable, but that's just not ideal. It's still protruding. It just looks massive and ugly. But I'm curious if this audio sounds better or worse if I directly connect the Insta360 Mic Pro to the Ace Pro 2. Like, does that connection impact the audio quality? Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with the Insta360 Mic Air. This is handheld. I connected directly via Bluetooth. Insta360 Go Ultra directly connected to the Insta360 Mic Pro. Now I'm really curious, is the audio on the Go Ultra as good? If I unplug the unit itself, will I keep getting audio? It looks like I will. So now you can see the screen, the audio levels right there. So that is cool because the one with the receiver, I have to keep plugged into this USB-C port, but now we're getting full Mic Pro audio into the Go Ultra. So if you're biking or something and you want to have this camera somewhere, you can easily do that. I can slide it back into the pod. I don't have to worry about keeping this massive receiver from the Insta360 Mic Pro plugged in. Insta360 Go Ultra with the USB-C receiver plugged into the side. It's massive, popping out into the Insta360 Mic Pro. So I'm going to try to take the pod off and see what happens. Or will it keep using the audio from the Insta360 Mic Pro? It doesn't look like it, so I assume the audio has just changed, but this is what it looks like. Like, this thing is just massively protruding, and yep, it got disconnected. Insta360 Go Ultra with the Insta360 Mic Air. I can press the button on the side to start recording. Insta360 X5 to the DJI Mic 3 via Bluetooth. So this was the alternative. It's DJI Mic 3 via Bluetooth into the X5. I think the audio just does not sound as great. For some reason, the Insta360 X5 had weird audio quirks, whether it was plugged in or direct connection. I think when you're directly connecting these Insta360 microphones to a camera, I think it's using Bluetooth, but I'm not 100% sure. They don't really specify. The same with DJI mics, but it does not sound as great. DJI mics to an Insta360 via Bluetooth, not good at all. Any mic via Bluetooth to an iPhone, not good at all. I just do not recommend using direct Bluetooth, but direct connection from native Insta360 to Insta360 or DJI to DJI with Osmo Audio, those are a little bit better, but it seems like the receivers are always the best. Next is their 2TX to 4RX capability. TX means transmitter, RX means receiver. So RX goes to your camera, 1 camera, 2 camera, 3 camera, 4 camera. 2TX means 2 microphones, 1 person, 2 person. That means all 4 of these cameras are getting the same exact audio from these 2 microphones. Now, if you don't know what that means, if you shoot multi-camera videos, an interview with 2 people, maybe you're 1 person, you have 1 main camera, and then you have a second, I like to do POV shots with my iPhone, and syncing it up is very challenging. Yeah, I could use Timecode, which I do. But Timecode isn't always perfect, and the connection is just another device to charge and set up. I just sometimes want the audio file in that camera on multiple cameras to make it seamless. This is the second microphone. The DJI Mic 3 also supports this. Allows you to have multiple receivers, multiple cameras with the same exact audio. Let me show you how it works, because no one shows us how it works. They just talk about it and they're like, it's so cool. This is actually game changing. Luckily for me, I got 2 of these Insta360 cases, microphones, I guess. They did not send these to me, but I don't have 4. I only have 2 receivers, and each one comes with 2 microphones. This functionality works with up to 4 receivers. I only have 2 to show you, but sadly it's only 2 microphones, so you can't do like 4 microphones and 4 receivers. So let's say you want to try this out. You go ahead, slide down from the top, go over to the pairing mode option, and typically you'll be on multi-TX, which is 4 transmitters. So you can connect up to 4 microphones to this device. They have a Sony hot shoe camera adapter coming out soon. I'd love to test that, where I can connect 4 and have 4 audio channels on my Sony camera. But if I tap yes, it's going to say switching will unpair all devices and reboot the unit. You say yes. So this is a bit of an extensive process because I have to go to pairing mode on both. We're going to tap multi-RX on both. So you get 2 transmitters, 4 receivers. Tap check. It's going to say switching will reboot and disconnect all devices. We'll tap yes. It's going to reboot. Insta360. There are links down below if you do want to buy this off Amazon. Those links help support the channel. Now it's going to show up pair, so I'm going to tap pair. It's going to say make sure all transmitters are in pairing mode, so press the TX button 3 times. We're going to tap confirm on the receivers, and now it's going to say RX1, which is local. It says it found RX2, which is the second receiver. You see that we have up to 4 receivers we can connect and 2 transmitters. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there we go. TX1, TX2 are now connected. We tap OK. They're going to show a purple light when it's connected rather than blue. I don't know if this is easy to see. It looks blue still. But purple will show up here. You press OK. Pairing in progress, waiting for reboot. So now these are going to be solid blue once they're fully connected. Insta360. Connection signal right there, 1 and 2. So this microphone is channel 1. Bam. Cool. All right, whatever. Now you can take these receivers, plug them in via 3.5mm into multiple Sony cameras. Oops. I can plug them in via USB-C to an iPhone. In the Final Cut Camera app or Blackmagic camera, you can see Insta360 Mic Pro. This feels illegal, but I can also plug it into a DJI Pocket 3. Boot it up, just line that USB-C receiver in. Bam, it shows that USB-C checkmark, shows USB connected, and now the audio levels show up on the DJI Pocket as well, and the iPhone. So you have the same audio from this microphone going into the iPhone and the DJI Pocket 3. You could obviously swap this out with cameras, secondary iPhone. So let me show you some really cool things you can do with this. We have Insta360 Mic Pro on both of these. If I go ahead and tap out, I don't know why the audio levels aren't showing, but boom, boom. You can see that this is the actual audio going to both. Cool. Now we have an audio from both microphones going into both cameras, which maybe you have a podcast and you want to record the audio to a multi-cam setup. This is the smallest podcast setup right here. 2 microphones, 2 cameras, all synced, super easy to use. If I want to have backup audio, I can press these red buttons. I'll record 32-bit internal recording right here. And then maybe you're ready to film and you don't want to walk up to the camera and press record. All I need to do is press this power button right here and it's going to start the recording on both iPhones. So watch this. Boom. I press the power button. Instantly it starts recording. Maybe it felt a little delayed, but now they're using time of day time code. So they should be close. Maybe the exact same thing. We can freeze frame to show you that. But now we're getting audio from this microphone to both iPhones. And then when I'm done and I want to pause the recording, I can press this to stop the recording just like that. And now I actually have a clip that's almost exactly the same length. I don't have to tap here, go to the next device, tap there, and trim. So that's a huge value add. Multiple microphones, multiple receivers, game changing. It's going to start recording on both cameras. Yeah. because this is now transmitting to both receivers, and both receivers are sending the same audio from this device to those iPhones. But not only that, there's 2 microphones. So I can give you a microphone. And now, if I'm doing an interview, I could be like, all right, Velko,
What's up, man?
come on in. So, Velko, what's your Instagram handle?
I don't have an Instagram. I'm just making sure it's working on both. It seems to be working on both. How is it connected to both?
So both of these microphones are transmitting to both of the receivers, which are plugged into the iPhone. So now the audio is exactly the same on both cameras.
It's synced up. That's what we like.
So then when you want to sync it, it's just easy.
Yeah.
Like if I want to clap, you can do 4 receivers and 2 microphones.
Wow. What do you have?
I don't think people realize the value that this adds to a content creation setup that needs to be quick, efficient, valuable, and just work. I did have this on for all the testing that we did just because I didn't want it to peak. But if you want full control of your audio, you can turn that off. If you want something automatic that works well, it's just easy. And these do have 32-bit flow internal recording. There's no transmission, but internal recording. You really want to go and make sure to turn it on because when you first get these microphones, it will be off. I do highly recommend if you want to avoid any clipping in your audio and have a good, strong backup. Next, they showed versatile mounting, so I am happy that the microphones come with magnet right here. I like using this to magnetize onto the inside of my shirt. There's also a clip here. To remove the clip, you slide this down, and it's kind of locks into place. The DJI mics, they can fall off because they're just magnetic. A little bit harder to take on and off, but still works. Have the magnet option if you don't want to clip it onto something. I like magnetizing this to my shirt, so it sits kind of at a better place on my chest. And then with the clipping option, they also have this cold shoe at the top of the receiver. So if you want to use it as a directional microphone, you just go ahead and slide this clip in like so. And now you can mount this on the top of your camera, bada bing, and you have a shotgun mic on your phone with the receiver, you know, and the transmitter wirelessly sitting to each other, but they're on top of each other. And then maybe you need to use it as a lav mic. You take it off instantly and start using it as a lav mic. This might sound dumb, but I think there are a lot of people who use microphones. Like I've seen Gary Vee do this where his videographer will have a lav mic and he just clips it to the camera, and then when it's time to put it on him, he'll take it off and put it on him, and then when they just want environmental sounds, like there's a lot of people in the room, they'll take the lav mic off and put it like somewhere on the camera. Now this just offers an easy way to keep it on the receiver, and you can actually change the direction of the audio that you want in the controls as well, so that's nice. We have omnidirectional, we have voice focus or super directional, we have cardioid, and finally figure 8. They also offer 3 voice tone presets, just like the DJI mic, so we'll compare those two. Okay, so this is regular voice tone preset on both microphones. This is regular or standard on the Insta, regular on the DJI. Now we are on the rich DJI and full Insta360. They're slightly different because their naming is just different, but they seem to have almost exactly the same features. The rich and the full. I think I prefer this over the bright option. And lastly, the bright option. This makes me sound like really young. I don't love this, but it might work for some other people. The bright option, it's the same name on both of the microphones. Very interesting. It's easier to switch between all these 3 on the DJI mic and the noise cancellation than it is on the Insta360 Mic Pro. Honestly, would never use these features, but this is what this sounds like. Honestly, this is something that I cannot test, but it's 4TX to 1RX. So with the Sony digital hot shoe, that digital hot shoe means there's pins on your camera and you can send data through this. And in Sony cameras, when you have digital hot shoe, you can actually select 4-channel audio. Just, I don't have that plugged in right now. But you'll be able to send 4 channels of audio directly to a Sony camera. They don't have this camera adapter out yet. I do want to test it, so Insta360, if you want to send it to me, I would love to compare this. Almost the sole reason we use the Mic 3s is because of this digital hot shoe. It is USB-C. I already tested this. It does not work with the Insta360. I thought, oh, maybe if I take this receiver and plug it in, it'll work on the Sony camera. Well, I can assure you that it does not work. It shows that it's charging up here, but the audio does not come through. And if I unplug it, you can see the charging stops and then the audio now starts to come through. But if I plug in a DJI USB-C into the digital hot shoe adapter right here, boom, now I get 24-bit audio directly into the Sony camera without using a cable, which is a game changer. My favorite feature. And this does support 4-channel audio as well. Go to audio and shoe settings, tap this, and now you can see 4-channel audio. Select that, and we'll be able to see 4 channels of audio right here. Usually you think you need the top handle, but this works without a top handle, just this little adapter right here, which is game changing. Holyland also has a version of this, but I haven't used that very often. You have the ability to do mono, stereo, when you're using the 3.5mm cable plugged into your camera. and a safety track option too. But if you have 32-bit float recording, there's really no reason to kind of change those settings because you can use that as your main audio track or a backup audio track. They say they offer fast file exports. It seems to be relatively good. Here's some screenshots we took of the file exports in comparison to exporting off an Ace Pro and all the other Insta360 cameras. Audio files are small, so I don't think this matters too much. I do love that it has a built-in USB-C port. The DJI mics do not. So when we were trying to pull the 32-bit audio off of a DJI mic, you either need their special cable or you have to have this charging case and then plug in the USB-C in the back. They also offer timecode. Now, how does the timecode work, Shervin? No one ever shows that. Well, let's show you that right now. We can swipe from the top right down, go over to the timecode section, tap timecode. Oh, multi-RX timecode syncs from RX1. Confirm. Okay, LN, this is cool. I haven't tried this version yet. So it looks like they both have timecode right here, but the timecode is slightly different. So now this says LN. We're gonna go ahead and we have this Deity device right here that has time of day timecode that I synced with the Sidus audio app. We've got a headphone cable. We're gonna plug it into the camera red input right here. Plug it in here. Okay, camera connected. 1953. Boom! And now they're updated. It remotely updated the timecode on the other receiver as well. That's really cool. It's 2997 drop frame. That's what we film in. So you can see the time codes are now matching. And then when I'm done, go ahead and unplug. And now the time code should be the same. I can plug this TC1 into my camera. Now the question is how long before this starts to drift? Ideally, it's just 1 day at least. If not, you know, if it's like 4 hours or 2 hours, we're kind of screwed. But hopefully this lasts a lot longer. If you want to see a long-term test with this, let me know. They do also offer Bluetooth connectivity. I do not recommend this. We'll share some audio right here samples. It just doesn't sound as good when it's a Bluetooth connection. And you can also plug this into your PC to do like whisper flow or, you know, voice to text to get better audio. It gets 30 hours of battery life. You get 5-minute fast charge to give you another 1.5 hours of battery. You can turn on and off with your camera. I prefer to just have this always on because if it lasts all day, might as well just make sure it's on. Sometimes there's issues where there's a delay of the auto power on with other mics, so I just don't use that feature too often. And then range. I want to do a comparison with range. Here's the DJI versus the Insta360 in terms of range on an iPhone with this USB-C receiver and then a action camera. We have a measuring wheel and now we're going to do a range test here in New York City. This is my favorite pier to do this. We're going to see which one cuts out first, DJI Mic 3 versus the Insta360 Mic Pro. Let's test it out. 10 feet, 20 feet, 100 feet, 110 feet. Sounds clear right now, 160 feet. I'm going to turn my back again. Obviously when I turn my back, it's not going to sound as good. Okay, so if I face the camera, obviously you're going to get better reception. When you turn your back, your body is going to cut it out. Okay, we're going to keep going. Okay, this is 240 feet. The DJI Mic 3 is dropping out when my back is facing the camera, but obviously if I turn to face the camera, you get much more range. We do have lossless audio on the DJI Mic 3, so the range might be reduced, but we want the best audio. 100 feet. We have connection on both. Yeah, okay, we're at 300 feet, so this is where it fully cuts out when I turn my back to the camera. At 300 feet, this is how far I can go with my back to the camera, with some jarbly on the way, but it works when I face the camera. Okay, we are 450 feet. Seems like both are working at this distance. We're so far away, I can't even see the camera. Someone would steal it at this point. 500 feet. Yeah. Radios potentially. So, it seems like the 360 Mic Pro is still working. Oh, DJI, are you back? DJI was probably scanning, hopping, trying to reconnect. Looks like we're reconnected. This is 500 feet away. Everything seems to be working well on the 360. We've got the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 on the left, the DJI Action 6 on the right. We got the microphones on this necklace here that is actually very nice. It's a direct Bluetooth connection. I want to see how far will it actually get without the USB-C receiver. It should be much shorter, and the audio does sound a little more digital when you do it this way versus using that receiver. I feel like you just get better audio quality with that receiver. So let's find out. This is 10 feet. This is 20 feet, 30 feet.
Yeah, it's still going. Oh, transmitter 1 disconnected. But the recording is still going on the DJI.
Okay, so we're at 110 feet. It looks like with my back facing these devices, 110 feet, they disconnect, and the Insta360 stops recording even when the mic disconnects, that's a bit frustrating. We don't want that. Whereas the DJI will continue recording, and it will switch between
the DJI Mic 3, and I assume internal audio.
Overall, I think this sounds relatively great. It's very on par with the DJI Mic 3. I will not be giving up the DJI Mic 3. It'll still be my mic of choice because of the hot shoe adapter, but I would love to test and see how that performs. The Mic 3s are also smaller. As someone who does a lot of sports, athletics, yes, I have smaller antennas and the range might be worse, but I just love a smaller mic. I don't have the lav mic also for the input for this. I want to test that out. Those are other reasons that I would upgrade to the Insta360 Mic Pro. But I think overall, if you are in the Insta360 ecosystem, I would pick this mic. If you're in the DJI ecosystem or Sony, I'd be DJI Mic 3, but they're both relatively great mics. I think these are probably the top 2 players now. I have links for both of them down below. Insta360, if you're watching this, I would love the lavalier mic. I know it's out of stock. The windshield that's large and the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter. This could be game changing for using my favorite Sanken Cost 11D lav mic. See, these are all out of stock. I can't test it. And let me know any other tests that you want to see with these microphones. So subscribe, comment below your favorite mic. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.